to, for a manufacturer entering the US market, what are the main, pros and cons of building a W-2 sales force versus working with independent representatives?
Yeah. Well, you nailed it. I mean, building a W-2 sales force would be very expensive. I mean, obviously there could be less expensive ways to do it if you just hire a couple people and say, "Hey, we're going to only focus in, a quarter of the US, like the Northeast or whatever you want to say." But the way I see most people do it is they kind of want to go all in across the country, which then becomes really expensive. And it could take years and years to even have enough revenue to cover your costs with that.
Yeah.
Going the 1099 distributor side has its own challenges for companies as well, is that I'm an independent distributor. I'm a 1099, which, for those not listening, I'm not an employee. I pay all my own taxes, and because I'm a 1099, I'm independent. I can do multiple things. And we even do things that technically compete with each other. We have multiple total joint companies that we work with, multiple other companies, and that is, for some companies, that's just too much for them to handle because they want salespeople only focused on their products.
Yeah.
But I would say the significant advantage of the 1099 route for a company that you're servicing trying to break into the US market is 100% the fact that, yeah, there's going to be some investment. They have to bring, product inventory resources over here, but they're not actually paying a sales force until things are actually sold
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and revenue collected, and that makes it easier for them to, you know to spread out. Plus, if you have distributors here, we may already know people who their product is appropriate for, and so
Yeah.
it could get that a little quicker.
Uh, independent reps usually are often seen as having a better relationship with the physician or closer to and that's what we promote. Say, um, uh, but why does that relationships tend to work better in some situation? You think?
Yeah, from my experience, and I didn't really fully understand that because technically for most of my career with Depew, I was a 1099 and I was independent, even though Depew was the only company that I represented. And what I have come to realize is that as we have changed what we are, is we kind of we view ourselves now as working for our customers and finding them products that they want to use, rather than, hey, I've got this widget and try and sell it to them. And
Yeah.
so we're very cognizant and work closely with our physician customers on what they're looking for. We've had physicians come back from national meetings like American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons and say, "Hey, Stu, call this company. They've got a really cool product that I want to look at."
Yeah.
Um, and just that ability changes the dynamic between the surgeon and people like myself.
Yeah.
It is more of a partnership. It turns it into, we're on the same team looking to solve their issues. And
And
that is something that I didn't set out with that in mind, but it's kind of cool how it's kind of evolved into that and how the relationship has changed. Whereas when I was only with Depew, it you know it was I was Depew.
yeah.
I was trying to sell them that, and if they had an issue with something with Depew, it was an issue with myself as well. We're now
Yeah.
having the flexibility to pivot as needed. Really is flexible, and it's made my relationship with the surgeons we work with a lot
Yeah.
better as well.
And I think what's interesting with that, and that's something that we try to promote, is that relationship is way different, obviously, because I think you are there to find solution, not just
Mhm.
for one specific, that thing that he's doing during the procedure, but for the whole procedure itself, everything that you can find a solution for them. So that's why I like working with
Right.
1099, because they know their customer, and like you said, the customer will come to you and say, "We need this. Can you find
Right.
it? Do you have a
Right.
solution for that?"